Malik Ambar, the Peshwa of Nizamshahi Sultanate, retreated from the siege of Bijapur to his dominions after learning that Mughal Adil Shahi forces were dispatched against him from Burhanpur. Heavy rains were hindering movement of both armies. Nizamshahi forces sought shelter in a fortified complex near the village of Batvadi. Meanwhile, a numerically superior enemy force, equipped with siege materials, artillery guns, and pack animals, is camped at the nearby open ground overlooking a lake. Malik Ambar extensively recruited native Marathas to high ranking military positions to counter the growing threat to his power from Persian nobility. The Nizamshahi Sultanate under Ambar was a joint venture between the Marathas and Habshi. Ambar ordered the breach of Lake's dam near the enemy camp, creating swamp-like conditions that restricted the movement of his heavily armed enemy. A young captain, Shahaji Bhonsle, led a daring night ride. He launched a surprise attack that destroyed enemy supplies and grains, and safely retreated back to the fort before the enemy could react. By cutting off the enemy's supply and communication lines, Nizamshahi forces terrorized their starving enemy into submission. The Marathas considered the victory at Bhatwadi an auspicious omen that signaled their political rise on Indian subcontinent. In the following years, Shahaji Bhonsle became an important political player in the Deccan, and his son, Chhatrapati Shivaji Bhonsle, established a compact kingdom that would later evolve into a Maratha empire. Join us on this captivating journey as we explore the extraordinary life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Bhonsle and the birth of Maratha Empire. In the safety of Shivneri fort, Shahaji Bhonsle's wife, Jijabai, welcomed the birth of his son, destined to forge the beginnings of Maratha Empire. She named the boy Shivaji Bhonsle after the local goddesses Shivai Devi. The years following Shivaji's birth were marked by adversity. The Deccan bore witness to the devastating famine of 1630-32, claiming countless lives. The famine was intensified by yet another Mughal invasion in 1633, bringing down the mighty Daulatabad fort and ending Nizamshahi Sultanate. In a daring mission, Shahaji Raje sought to resurrect the Nizamshahi Sultanate, installing a 10-year-old boy, Murtaza Nizamshah, as a puppet Nizamshah. Initially, Adilshah provided aid, but that changed in May 1636, when a treaty was struck between Mughal and Adilshah to divide Nizamshahi territory. But Shahaji Raje continued his resistance. During these turbulent times, Jijabai and Shivaji had to constantly relocate between various fortresses to evade capture by formidable Mughal army. The turning point arrived in October 1636 when Shahaji Raje surrendered to the Mughals and signed a treaty at Mahuli. He joined Adil Shahi's service, receiving Pune as his Jagir. Historically, Shahaji Raje switched loyalties to the Mughals on a few occasions. To keep check on his ambition, Adil Shah dispatched him away from Pune to southern Karnataka, placing him under Ranadullah Khan's command to subdue the regional governors of declining Vijayanagara Empire. Shahaji Raje left his wife Jijabai and young Shivaji at his Pune Jagir, appointing a Brahmin named Dadoji Kondev to help him manage the estate. Over time, Shahaji established himself in his newly assigned Bangalore estate and took another wife. Jijabai, feeling sidelined, turned increasingly towards her religious faith. She inspired young Shivaji by teaching him strong moral values and telling him stories from Hindu epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata. She instilled in him the values of dharma and importance of upholding his heritage and culture. When Dadoji arrived in Pune in 1636, he encountered a once thriving region that had been depopulated and reduced to utter ruins due to a devastating famine and 6 years of relentless warfare. Dadoji settled land disputes, encouraged cultivation, and took young Shivaji under his wings as his guardian. He appointed an excellent teacher and trained him in martial arts and administration. Pune's valley became the playground where young Shivaji's curious mind explored. Let's delve into Pune region's geography. The Sahyadri mountain range served as the western boundary of Shahaji's Pune Jagir. Nestled between Sahyadris and the Arabian Sea, the Konkan region thrived with abundant rainfall, as the western Ghats act as a natural barrier for monsoon clouds. In Konkan, rice is a staple crop, complemented by valuable spices like black pepper and cardamom. However, on the other side of western Ghats, monsoon clouds that travel over the Sahyadri mountain range often sailed away in northwestern direction, leaving the Deccan region dry. Soil here is not as fertile as that of Konkan or Krishna Godavari basins. Agriculture here required an intense amount of labor with very less yield. Here, even the village head, the patil, works tirelessly in the fields. Crops suitable for semi-arid climates like ragi, bajra and jowar are staple crops of Deccan region. Eastwards from the Sahyadris lay small mountainous valleys known as Mavals, and its inhabitants were known as Mavales. They are an extremely hardy people and well suited for light infantry. As a boy, Shivaji roamed the tough terrains of the Sahyadris, accompanying the Mavale kids of his age, thereby learning the arts of survival, strategy, and warfare, skills that would later prove pivotal in his military expeditions. The Mavales greatly admired Shivaji from young age, and it was from this group that he recruited his best soldiers early in his career. Their knowledge of local terrains, combined with Shivaji's guerrilla warfare tactics, contributed immensely to his early success. At 12, Shivaji had a first opportunity to bond with his father. Accompanied by Dadoji and his mother, he visited his father at his Bangalore Jagir. Shahaji Raje hosted a lavish wedding celebrations for Shivaji, marrying him to Sai Bai from Nimbalkar family at his Bangalore estate. As Shivaji returned to Pune, he had ambitions that would test the bonds with his guardian. Dadoji wanted him to remain an obedient vassal, but Shivaji had different dreams. He began to show reluctance to spend his life as a subservient under a Muslim sultan. Dadoji argued with Shivaji for a long time to follow the footsteps of his ancestors and remain an obedient vassal under Adil Shah. In 1646, Dadoji passed away, worn out by his old age. With this, Shivaji took complete control of his father's Pune estate. Around 1648, Shivaji revolted against Adil Shah through a series of aggressive moves. First, he captured an old fort called Torna, repaired it, and gave it a new name, Prachandgarh. Then, he built another fort called Rajgarh, which would become his future capital. And finally, Shivaji's forces successfully recaptured Kondana fort from the Adil Shahi garrison under the command of Mian Rahim Muhammad and replaced them with his own garrison of Mavales. News of Shivaji's aggressive moves reached the Adil Shahi court in Bijapur. At the same time, Bijapur was dealing with its own problems. Muhammad Adil Shah fell seriously ill. As the king's health declined, conflicts of power struggle erupted among Bijapuri nobles. Although bedridden, Muhammad Adil Shah managed to survive for another decade, and Queen Khatija Sultana, also known as Badi Sahiba, was slowly taking over day-to-day activities at court. Adil Shah managed to suppress majority of the revolts. Young Shivaji offended many at the Bijapuri court, and his actions would have some pretty serious consequences. In the upcoming episode, we will delve into how Shivaji triumphs over the significant challenge from Bijapur. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to witness the incredible journey of Shivaji Bhonsle.